Well, we're back. Action at the Nick Gulas Sports Arena, and the tag team contest you've been waiting for, Scott, is in the ring. It's Jeff the Crippler Daniels with Dominique and Shawn Shultz taking on the Mid-America Heavyweight Champion, Playboy Scott Hayes and Steve-O.
Absolutely. This match is going to be brutal. It's going to be hardcore. It's going to be nasty. It's going to be dirty. Every single one of these men in the ring have got a history that they want to settle. This is like the grudge match to end all grudge matches. Steve-O and Jeff have a history. Steve-O and Shawn have a history. Steve-O and Scott have a history as partners. Scott and Jeff have a history. Scott and Shawn have a history. Jeff and Shawn have a history as partners. There's a lot of history in this ring.
Jeff Daniels and referee Jamie Ferrari have a history.
Do they?
I don't know.
All right, now the history being made in the ring is Jeff Daniels and Scott Hayes just trading blow for blow, and Jeff able to back out, and Scott gets the upper hand to start off the match.
Guys, you can only imagine what a contest this is going to be. Like you said, the blood cannot boil any thicker than it does right now at the Nick Gulas Sports Arena. You've got Steve-O, you got Scott Hayes, you got Jeff Daniels and Shawn Shultz. It doesn't get any better than this.
Absolutely not. You're not going to find a more heated rivalry in the Nashville area than any one of these two men in the ring right now. You pair up...
This is between promoters.
That could be the case too, I'll tell you. I'm going to keep my nose clean on that one, however. All right, now Scott Hayes and Jeff Daniels locking horns as Jeff with the fireman's carry into the armbar on Scott Hayes. Jeff is seeking revenge for the loss he suffered at the hands of Scott Hayes for that belt that he considered to be his, the NWA Mid-America Heavyweight Champion.
The loss that Jeff Daniels so rightfully thinks he deserves is sitting right here in front of us on the table, Scott. It's like you said, the Mid-America Heavyweight Championship. It's like Jeff Daniels can't go to sleep knowing that he doesn't have this belt to cuddle up with.
A big drop toe hold there as he rolls over Scott Hayes and applies the side headlock, locking him up in the center of the ring. He's absolutely nowhere near the ropes. He's absolutely nowhere near his partner. And fortunately, Scott Hayes was able to slide out of it and lock in the chicken wing on Jeff Daniels.
And Dominique on the outside already having to be told by the referee to get back to her corner, which isn't any surprise by any means.
I was going to say, if there's any one thing Dominique does, it's get herself involved in Jeff Daniels' matches. She can decide the outcome of these matches more often than not for the favor of Jeff Daniels.
And Scott Hayes now, Dominique up on the apron once again as Jeff Daniels pulls the hair of Scott Hayes.
Trying to get an advantage.
Tried to go for the drop toe hold, but to no avail, and a body slam for his troubles.
And met with an arm drag, and one more time the arm bar locked on to Jeff Daniels. Scott Hayes is very methodical in the way he wrestles. He's a worker's worker. He's a wrestler's wrestler. He's a blue-collar, hard-working man, despite the fact that he comes from the Playboy Mansion. He just knows what he's doing in the center of that ring. He knows where his opponent is at all times, and as you can see, he knows where his tag partner is at all times as the tag is made to Steve-O.
Steve-O, as you know, him and Scott Hayes were the last two individuals left in the crowning of the Nick Gulas Memorial Cup in that two-ring battle royal, Thanksgiving night, Tennessee Homecoming 2008. Steve-O was unsuccessful in his attempt to become Cup champion as Scott Hayes with a quick roll-up from behind, and it seems Steve-O has kind of been upset about that ever since, but nonetheless, these two partners and friends in the ring tonight.
Well, there's a mutual respect between Steve-O and Scott Hayes. They know each other so well. They can fight each other one side and down the other and still go out for a drink after the show. And right now the tag has been made into Shawn Shultz as Steve-O meets Shawn immediately and locks him up in the center of the ring with that armbar.
And Shawn Shultz now in the same predicament that Jeff Daniels was for so long. Steve-O with the tag to the Playboy. Playboy Scott Hayes in, measures it up, and a swift boot right to the arm of Shawn Shultz.
I'm telling you, that's going to leave a mark. Those boots, heavy and not padded whatsoever. That's going to leave a bruise on the elbow of Shawn Shultz. And I'll tell you what, if he hasn't lost a little feeling in that hand from that boot shot, Shawn's a lot tougher than I'll give him credit for.
Shultz now sends Playboy Scott Hayes down. He has the armbar locked in. on the one from the Playboy Mansion, the current reigning and defending Mid-America Heavyweight Champion.
And right now it looks like Shawn's giving Scott a little receipt for that boot he got in the elbow as he's slanting his knees into the elbow of Scott Hayes, keeping the armbar locked on. Scott's in a world of trouble. You can see the pain on his face at ringside. He's struggling to get to his feet. And Shawn, absolutely relentless, wrenching the arm, putting him in the chicken wing lock. Scott able to counter with one of his own, however, and Scott back in control of this match.
Side headlock from Playboy Scott Hayes onto Shawn Shultz. Shawn trying to feel around, get a grasp, and try to get out of this predicament. Nonetheless, Playboy has it locked in tight, and Shawn Shultz with a couple shots to the midsection sends the Playboy off, and a shoulder tackle sends Shawn Shultz down. Playboy off, goes for the hip toss, and it's blocked, and Playboy hits one of his own.
These four men know each other so well. They've scouted each other so well. They've been around the road together with each other. They know each other up and down. It's going to take something extra for one of these men to be able to come out on top. Tag made into Steve-O. Shawn, in a world of trouble, is met with another boot into the arm from Steve-O. That arm has got to be sore now.
And Shawn Shultz now pulling the tights of Steve-O, allowing him to get Steve-O into a neutral corner. And a shot there, the right hand, blatant right in front of the referee. Irish whip, Steve-O off into the opposite buckle. Shawn Shultz in, but no, Steve-O moves in a roll-up attempt.
1, 2, everybody knows Shawn's able to kick
trying
out.
to get in the ring.
Dominique trying to make the save on Shawn Shultz, and one more time, Shawn is locked up in that armbar. Boy, I'll tell you what, that left arm has got to have seen better days than it has tonight. It's been kicked, it's been kneed, it's been barred. That left arm has got to be pretty much rendered useless at this point.
Tag team action continues here at the Nick Gulas Sports Arena in Nashville. Folks, this is the action that you're only going to see on NWA Main Event each and every Saturday right here on the Ion Network.
And of course every Tuesday night at the Nick Gulas Arena at the Nashville State Fairgrounds. And let's not forget, you made mention of a holiday tradition with Thanksgiving Thunder. Let's not forget Christmas Chaos coming up at the NWA Main Event Nick Gulas Sports Complex.
Absolutely, Christmas Chaos 2008.
Oh my God, a huge spine buster from Shawn Shultz.
Spine buster from Shultz as he delivers, and Jeff Daniels in with an elbow on Scott Hayes. Christmas Chaos 2008 coming right here. Nick Gulas Sports Arena. It's going to be a magnificent night of wrestling.
Jason, only a 2, however.
Would you stop cutting me off?
I got to get the action in the ring. There's a pin attempt coming right there from
Irish
Jeff
whip
Daniels.
now from Jeff Daniels, and he hits that big elbow, and it sends Scott Hayes right down to the canvas.
Well, go ahead, Jason. Tell me a little bit more about Christmas Chaos as Jeff Daniels.
Pin attempt here from Jeff Daniels. Shut up, Scott. We've got action. And a tag now to Shawn Shultz. Shultz in. Shot to the midsection on Playboy Scott Hayes.
Momentum has completely shifted in the favor of Jeff Daniels and Shawn Shultz. It was Steve-O and Scott Hayes in full control. A couple of lucky shots from Daniels, and momentum has shifted as Shawn Shultz in complete control of the Mid-America Heavyweight Champion, Playboy Scott Hayes.
Shawn Shultz with a little showmanship to the audience here in Nashville. Scoop slam attempt, and he delivers to the Playboy. Off of the ropes, drops the elbow, pin attempt.